Political Economy, a textbook issued by the Economics Institute of the Academy of Sciences of the U.S.S.R. This is a summary of the book. Introduction. Political economy is a social science. It examines how societies produce and share wealth throughout history. Production is fundamental. People work to create the necessities of life: food, clothing, shelter. Production is social. Humans produce goods together, not in isolation. Factors of production. Production requires labor, subjects of labor, natural resources or raw materials, and means of labor, tools, machines, infrastructure. Labor is essential. It's the purposeful activity of humans transforming nature to meet their needs. Means of labor are key. Tools and technology used in production determine a society's level of development. Different economic eras are defined by how things are produced, not just what is produced. Production requires both labor and means of labor. Resources and tools are useless without human effort to put them to work. Labor power is human potential. It's the physical and mental capacity for work. Labor power drives production. Productive forces combine labor and means of labor. This includes the tools, technology, and the skilled people who use them. Workers are the primary productive force. Human labor is essential throughout history. Production involves social relationships. People cooperate and interact within a structured system to produce goods. Production relations define social organization of production. This includes ownership, who controls the means of production, land, resources, tools. Social positions, the roles and relationships of different groups within the production process, e.g., workers, owners. Distribution, how the produced goods are shared or allocated. Ownership defines production relations. Who owns the means of production, land, resources, factories, determines how society is organized and how wealth is distributed. Ownership determines distribution. How goods are shared depends on who owns the resources used to produce them. In capitalist societies, capitalists own the means of production and therefore the products, while workers must sell their labor. In socialist societies, the means of production are publicly owned, and the products belong to the working people. Production and consumption are linked by distribution. Distribution connects the creation of goods with their use. Consumption can be productive or personal. Productive consumption uses goods to create more goods, while personal consumption satisfies individual needs. Exchange plays a role in distribution. In societies with commodity production, goods are distributed through buying and selling. Production is central. Production drives distribution, exchange, and consumption, but these also influence production in return. Economic structure shapes society. Production relations form the foundation base upon which the legal, political, and social systems, superstructure, are built. Base and superstructure interact. The superstructure influences the economic base, either supporting or hindering its development. Political economy focuses on social aspects of production. It analyzes the relationships between people in the production process, not just the technical aspects. Mode of production combines forces and relations. The mode of production is the overall system of production in a society, encompassing both the productive forces, technology, labor, and the production relations, ownership, social organization. Productive forces drive change. Advances in technology and labor skills are the engine of progress, leading to changes in production relations. Production relations can hinder progress. When production relations become outdated, they can hold back the development of the productive forces. Social change arises from this conflict. New production relations emerge to better match the advanced productive forces. This often involves changes in the superstructure, laws, politics, culture. Correspondence is key. Production relations must align with the nature of the productive forces for society to develop smoothly. Class struggle drives change in class societies. In societies with private property and exploitation, conflicts between productive forces and production relations manifest as struggles between social classes. Revolution brings about new modes of production. Social revolutions replace old economic systems with new ones that better suit the developed productive forces. Political economy is historical. It studies economic systems and their laws within their specific historical contexts. Economic laws reveal underlying patterns. These laws describe the cause and effect relationships within economic systems. Economic laws are objective. They exist and operate independently of human will, like laws of nature. We can understand and use them, but not create or destroy them. Economic laws are used by classes. In class societies, different social classes use economic laws to their advantage, leading to conflict. Each mode of production has a core law. This basic economic law defines the essential nature and direction of that system. General and specific laws coexist. All economic systems are governed by some general laws, like the need for production relations to match productive forces, but also have unique laws specific to them. Political economy studies different economic systems. It examines various historical systems, including primitive communal, slave-owning, feudal, capitalist, and socialist. Political economy analyzes historical progress. It explains how societies transition from one system to another and how exploitation arises and is overcome. Focus on socialist and communist economies. Political economy also studies the laws governing socialist societies and their development towards communism. Definition of political economy. It's the science of economic relations between people, explaining the laws of production and distribution throughout history. Dialectical materialism is the method. Marxist political economy uses this philosophical approach to analyze economic systems. Abstraction is necessary. Unlike natural sciences, economics can't use controlled experiments. Instead, it relies on theoretical analysis and abstraction to understand complex economic realities. Economic categories are key concepts. These categories are abstract representations of real-world economic relationships, like value, money, and profit. Marx's method is progressive and historical. He analyzes economic categories by starting with the simplest, like commodity exchange, and building towards more complex ones, mirroring the historical development of society. This combines logical reasoning with historical analysis. Commodity exchange reveals capitalism's contradictions. Marx uses the analysis of commodities as the foundation for understanding capitalism, including the origins of money, capital, and exploitation. This analysis ultimately shows the inevitable downfall of capitalism. Political economy follows historical development. Economic concepts are explained in the order they arose historically. For example, basic ideas about commodities and money are introduced early on, but are explored in full detail when discussing capitalism, where they are most developed. Political economy focuses on fundamental features. Unlike history, which studies the specifics of events, political economy provides a general understanding of the core characteristics of different economic systems. Other economic disciplines build on political economy. Fields like industrial economics and agricultural economics apply the general principles of political economy to specific sectors. Political economy addresses real-world issues. It deals with practical questions about social and economic change, class interests, and the future of society. Different economists provide different answers to these questions based on their class perspectives. Political economy is not neutral. Different social classes have their own political economies reflecting their interests. There is no single universal political economy. Economists are not impartial. They often represent the interests of specific classes, despite claims of neutrality. Objective political economy is possible. An objective analysis is possible only from the perspective of the working class, whose interests align with social progress and liberation from capitalism. Marxist-Leninist political economy is objective. It's based on the working class perspective and seeks to uncover the truth about capitalism and its contradictions. Marx and Engels founded proletarian political economy. Marx's Capital revealed the laws of capitalism, predicted its downfall, and outlined the transition to socialism and communism. Lenin further developed Marxist economics. He analyzed imperialism, the general crisis of capitalism, and the challenges of building socialism. Stalin and others contributed to the theory. They expanded on the work of Marx, Engels, and Lenin, applying it to new historical conditions and challenges. Marxist-Leninist political economy is a tool for liberation. It empowers the working class with knowledge of economic laws, providing a clear understanding of capitalism and a vision for a communist future. The power of Marxist political economy lies in its truth. By revealing the objective laws of economic development, it inspires confidence in the eventual triumph of communism.